Right then, here we go. We are recording. I don't know what episode this is. I think it's episode 6 or 7 of The Horse's Mouth. We'll soon find out and I can change it. But today we have got the lovely Gemma from Mopheads in Culcheth. One of the longest standing hairdressers in the village, been operating over 15 years. She's obviously now going to be coming out of this lockdown and wanting to give you guys a little update on what's happened in between and what she's doing going forward. So, hello, Gemma. How are we? Can you
hey.
What's happening? What's been happening? What are you doing? What are you going to do when you open back up again? So let us know your story.
Oh, well, there's not much to know, is there? At the end of the day, you know, everybody's been shut and locked in.
That's it. That's it.
Obviously, we've got a lot of bookings already. It's just ongoing. It's just obviously we hope to be open on the 12th of April.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed that we are. And can't wait to see people.
I know.
It's just been so hard because I work with people day in, day out.
Yeah.
And then going to see him next to nobody, or just a case of a phone call, or just to check people are all right. It's been a bit, definitely isolating, that's for sure.
That's what they wanted, I think, didn't they?
Yeah.
It has. It's been tough. So how did you find it at the beginning? So obviously with this is, I think, lockdown 3 that we're in now. Obviously you got locked down in the first place and then opened up. Just tell us a little bit about that, what the experience was when you initially found out that you've got to close the business, and what happened with the customers and the staff.
Well, it's actually COVID Eve today. It's a year tomorrow.
Wow, okay. I didn't know that. There you go. Something new every day.
So obviously when they locked us down, it was we saw it coming for probably about a week. And there's not much we could have done. It was all right because obviously we had the summer. We had a great summer, and keeping busy walking. It's all you could do. And summer, it was all right in summer, and spending time with obviously my son, bike riding, so on and so on. I mean, it was good because the weather was good.
Yeah.
So
amazing. And
keeping safe. Yeah. So, and obviously when we come back out of lockdown, that was a bit apprehensive with everybody, the anxiety, stuff, and all your PPE that you've got to make sure you keep on top of. That at the beginning was hard. To try and you greet your clients but at a distance. You're trying to make sure you've got your face mask on, put your visor on, make sure you sanitize your hands. But after a couple of weeks, it just became the norm. Yeah, it was the norm, and the only thing that wasn't normal was starting work at 7 o'clock in the morning and finishing at 11 o'clock at night.
I can imagine. I think
definitely not normal.
That might be happening again soon, if I'm honest.
God, I said, how many people can want their hair done at 7 o'clock in the morning? I will never know.
Shed loads.
But it was great to be back at work, to see faces, obviously, as people seem to think, we talk about just holidays. We can't talk about holidays because we haven't been on any.
No.
It's just different routes that you could walk, we could talk about.
That's it, yeah. Have you been happy, don't you, this year? Where are you going on holiday? You like taxi drivers, aren't you? What time are you on?
The only good thing was everybody wanted the hair cut off in case we went into lockdown again.
That's it, yeah. Smashed out the books.
It was hard. One of the things that was really hard is a lot of people have gone through a lot of emotional things, which my first initial reaction with my clients, because obviously I've had the business 15 years, so I've got a lot of existing clients that are good friends to me now, and they've come in the shop and they've had some bad news, whether they've got a family member that's died, they've got people that the husbands or the grandmas or the wives or whatever, they've gone through an awful disease or cancer, or it's been really hard to not be able to hug someone to say, are you okay? That's one of the hardest things that, I don't tend to let things drain me. I'm quite a positive person. But when I came home at night, I was just hard hard it is good.
Isn't it? Yeah, you like the agony aunts of the local community.
I like to think I'm a therapist at the same time.
That's it, yeah, therapist. You get your hair done and your brain done at the same time. You're right with a nice do and a smile.
Yeah.
Well, luckily now, fingers crossed. I mean, we've got the 12th of April. Obviously, everything seems to be open. We've spoke to beauticians, we've spoke to gym owners, we've spoke to restaurant owners, and yeah, obviously the 12th is coming up now. It's not too far away. I mean, what we've got now, a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks or something.
3 weeks today.
3 weeks.
On countdown.
That's it. Bet you are. So when you open up, why don't you, for the ones who, and I'm sure 90% of people who watch this are going to know you are. You've been in the village for forever, and running your business successfully. But for those who don't know what it is that Mopheads offer, why don't you give us a little indication of what it is, what treatments you offer, what you specialize in?
Any aspects of hairdressing, really. Colours, extensions, which obviously are very popular at the minute. We do gents cuts, kids cuts. I am the only hairdresser in there at the minute. Whether that's future, we have got future plans to do certain things with different people. My brother, who is a dentist, he does the aesthetics side of it, which is obviously Botox, fillers, all that type of stuff. We have a beautician in there. She does lashes, eyebrows, nails. She's in there. She's self-employed. She does part-time at the minute. So yeah, we are looking to further plans, more of people being a self-employed basis. So whether that means, we section parts, the shop is very big. And obviously,
the shop recently, it was like about a year and a half ago or something.
You
from the old on Church Lane and bought your own unit, which is like 4 times the size of what you have before.
It's a lot bigger. More so for the plans of having everything under one roof, if you like. So obviously we've got what we've got in there right now. The shop is very big for just me on my own, so we're looking to rent chairs out. Maybe section part of the salon off to either, it could be anything, to, a barber.
Specific though, with regards to
it could be. I mean, the section at the back of the shop is massive, and for us to maybe make a smaller kitchen for myself and the beautician, and maybe have the back section of the shop, because it's got its own exit down the side of the building. So whether to turn that into a shop for, it could be something and anything.
I remember when you took it over, because the plan was you were restricted. You were renting previously in a smaller unit than you are now. I remember we were talking when you actually when you bought the unit, certainly when you were looking to buy it and what you could do with it. And the plan was to have an all under one roof beauty. I don't know what they call it.
We did have a sunbed in the shop previous, but I think sunbeds don't tend to work in beauty hair salons, because you just don't get that footfall of people going, oh, there's a sunbed in there, or whereas when it's all under one roof with hair, beauty, aesthetics, all that type of stuff. So that's why I say, the back section of the shop could be a totally different shop, but it can have its own sign. It can have, whatever it wants to be, basically. So there's some plans there, but obviously with COVID striking.
Well, when you look at the dates now, so basically it was like September, was it, of 19 you bought that shop? So you literally got through Christmas. Everything was starting. The first couple of months you were actually doing it up, if I remember right. Then you started with customers, and then see ya.
Then we got hit,
and locked you down. Okay, right. So, well, at least one good thing is you've got the space there. You've got your normal business running with the beautician and obviously your side, and you are looking to expand that. So that it's definitely one to. I'll be keeping my eye on exactly what it is that you'll be doing down there. And if anybody else is in a similar industry and is looking for space at the moment, give Gemma
get in touch
and see Yeah, and just see if it fits. I'm sure it has to fit with your business as well, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
You have to work together with these people, so it has to complement what is already there. But I do know there's a lot of there's a lot of self-employed beauticians, hairdressers, and so on and so forth who work in people's homes, this, that, the other, and maybe looking to expand. Especially coming out of this now, because it's going to go. I would imagine when the pubs start opening, the restaurants start opening, people are not going to want to look like have a skip, are they? They're going to want to. I'm looking at myself now and I think I should have had a shave before this. But yeah, they're going to be looking good. So the hair and nails all done, and everything else. So yeah, the 12th is the day. How is your diary looking at the moment for when you open?
I'm very busy.
I bet it is. So what?
The only thing I did, it has taught me a little bit of this third lockdown is a case of I have got a lot of loyal customers, and who of which will wait, if you like. So I did say this time round, I am not going to work the hours I did the first time, but me being me.
I know. You always say you say yeah, don't you, to everything. Can you do this? Yeah.
I do like to accommodate. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's it.
But also, it's a case of obviously, as we was in the first lockdown, is getting rid of the backlog.
Yeah.
Of people that have obviously, I already had people booked in after Christmas.
Yeah.
For their regular appointments, whether it's every 3 weeks, every 4 weeks, every 6 weeks, every 8 weeks, all them people were still in the book. So it was a case of moving them to obviously when we could come back to work, and then fitting everybody else in that would have been in then 3 months in between. So it will pan out eventually.
Yeah, we're just going to be a bit hectic at pulling hair out at the moment rather than doing it, I would imagine.
I'll be happy to change the scenery.
Yeah, I bet you will. Until you get in there and you're sick and tired of working in there all the hours God send.
Yeah, and I'll be saying, please give me a weekend off.
That's it.
And it's been very, very strange because in all of my hairdressing career, I've probably only had 2 Saturdays off in a row.
Yeah.
And even that, I try and wingle it. So if I do go on holiday, I'll do 10 days and then they'll 1 Saturday.
That's it. So you can work the dates out.
Yeah. Whereas I can't even count how many Saturdays we've had off now, and it's just unheard of.
No. And that's it, you're relaxing. It'll be tough now going back, I would imagine. On a serious note, I know we're laughing about it, but on a serious note, the change, I mean, we've been fortunate in a way that our business has been able to continue, albeit a little bit from home, a little bit in the office, but we have had that interaction and been able to, and I feel so sorry for the likes of yourself and people who are in your style of industry, whereby it's just a no-go.
Yeah.
You not do it here, you can't go anywhere and do it. Yeah. And I mean, we're not going to go into this now, but I would very much imagine that it's been a financial strain on the business.
Oh, massively.
Because there's only so much help out there,
Yeah.
And I would think that there might be a lot of businesses out there that have not been able to sustain it through this, and they may be working somewhere.
Yeah, and that's what's a massive shame.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah,
it's a huge shame for people that have obviously struggled and they couldn't pull through it.
Yeah.
And I can't even bear to imagine me not being able to go back to some kind of work.
Yeah.
Because whether the business shut down or whatnot, obviously, like you say, I have been fortunate that I've now bought the shop. Yeah. It's mine. But for people that have obviously their salons have closed down, or whether it's like you say, a lot of people rent out of shops, so renting space, renting chairs, whatever that may be. And then all of a sudden them saying, well, we're really sorry the salons have to close down because we can't afford to stay. And all them people then that are, even though they're self-employed, they're also out of work. They've also got nowhere else to go back to.
Yeah. That's it. And this is why there's been such, I know you mentioned it before with your clients, and the mental aspect of this has been brought up, honestly, I think on every single one of these podcasts.
Yeah.
And it's a big issue. It's a big talking point. I might even get actually on one of the podcasts. There's a mind coach that I know, and maybe get him on and just to talk about what he's done and some maybe helpful tips that people can do. But it must have been really tough. But like I said, for me, and I just think it's great that you are going back there now. The light is at the end of the tunnel, really. And
I know.
A couple of weeks now until people can start.
Fingers crossed. Keep your fingers crossed.
My fingers are crossed for you. So yeah, we've got the 12th. The appointments are pretty packed at the moment for the first. I know you said about the first 2 or 3 weeks. Is it? They're pretty busy.
Yeah. I have taken a Wednesday off.
Okay.
But I can see me going, oh, put it in, it's fine.
Right, yeah.
We'll do it, it's fine.
There's nothing on that diary for Wednesday. Can you do it on Wednesday? Yeah.
Hey, that is exactly what I do, Dave.
I know you do. I know you do. So, and well, the good thing is now as well. So, Harrison's back at school. Your son's back at school now.
Yeah.
So that should free up that little bit more time. So midweek, you should be good to go. So, is there anything that you'd want to add to this and let the lovely public in the WA3 Culcheth Warrington area know before we finish?
I don't think there's much else, to be honest.
There's not much else.
Obviously, just the fact that I can't wait to see more faces, and old and new, all welcome, and just get back to some kind of normality.
That's it. Well, yeah, I'm with you on that. Like I say, I'm fortunate enough that we've. I don't even know if I'm fortunate. I mean, some of the benefits I've been hearing from guys who haven't worked. I'm like, I've had to work all the way through this, but I think it has saved my sanity a little bit. I'm not bald. I've gone grey. I've not gone bald.
I suppose it's a perk with being a hairdresser. I could do my own hair.
Well, that's it. It's a bone. Well, I was all right because I married a barber, didn't I? So never really struggled with it, to be fair.
I've been quite close to painting the dog. Yeah. Let's colour the dog's hair because I'm bald.
Yeah, turn it into a Dalmatian or something. You never know. It might be a next new business venture. We're in there. Yeah, we do dogs as well now.
There's some crazies out there, so I won't put it past people.
I know. Right. Okay then. Well, look, I obviously we're friends, and I'm glad that we're having this chat, and I'm glad that we can put this story out there, and hopefully, as with any of the other guests that have been on and the ones that are going to be coming on in the future, I wish you the best of luck. And anybody who's watching this and would like, number one, their haircut, it'd be nice, or just to give some support to these local businesses. The reason we're doing this, and I'll say it again because I've had a few people ask me, why are you doing these podcasts, Dave? We enjoy them, we like listening to them, but what's the thing? It's not about Courtyard. It's not about us selling the houses. This is all about I feel it's important for any agent to know who the local businesses are. And when I speak to them, we speak to these guys all the time, and when I hear the stories, I think it'd be nice for the public to be able to hear what's going on as well, and start filtering some money into these local businesses. I think it's important that we all stick together and try and take down the big boys out there. We can do. But that is pretty much it from me and Gemma now. So thank you for watching this. If you managed to get it all the way to the end, well done. And keep tuned in for the next one. Thanks very much. Bye.
Thank you. See you later.